Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Alexa. Today, I will be talking to you guys about the, I think, 19 books that I read in April. I had a really good reading month. It's my best reading month so far this year. I think it's my best reading month in a year, which is kind of crazy. Also, I'm filming this on May 1st and uploading this on May 1st. Originally, I was going to post my TBR yesterday, but I was so tired because I had a birthday party for me, like on my mom's side, on Saturday, because tomorrow is my birthday, May 2nd. I'm gonna be 18. Anyway, sorry for getting off track. But basically I was gonna upload my April TBR yesterday and then post on Wednesday this video. But I was gonna film the video that I was posting yesterday. I was gonna film it yesterday, but I was so tired. I did nothing all day, so I'm gonna post my wrap up today, and then on Wednesday you guys will be getting my TBR. But yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so first in April, the first book I read, well, I read both of them at the same time, my first and second, because it was a tandem read, but I'll start with the first. I can't believe that I actually read these books in April. It feels like forever ago that I read them. Like, it feels like I read them a year ago, but anyways, the first one was Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. That was the sixth book in the Throne of Glass series. I rated it a 4.5 out of 5. I loved it so much. It's my favorite book in the series. The tandem read, I started reading it and I could not stop. Like, I read two 700-page books, or 600-page books in an entire day. I was dedicated to finish those books. I sat down, started reading it, and did not stop until I was done. It was just so good. I preferred Tower of Dawn over Empire of Storms was my favorite, that I rated a 4.5. Then I rated Tower of Dawn a 4 out of 5. But I just loved those so much, but I loved how there was multiple point of views in Empire of Storm, so it kept me a bit more entertained than Tower of Dawn, but I just loved both of them so much. Both of those books just own my heart. Next, we have a book that I skim read a bunch of it, and it is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. I did not like it I give it a 2 stars. I think a 2 or a 2.5. I did not like it at all. I'm really sorry guys, but it was just too long and too much happening, and the book could have been shortened. Like, the first 200-300 pages I was really entertained, but then in the middle I was bored. And then in the end I was fine, but I was bored, to be honest. And I texted my friend who also read this series and who originally lent me the books, the entire series in 2021, but then I didn't end up finishing it then. I finished it now. And she has the same opinion. She gave it a higher rating, but I just really didn't like it as much. Next, we have the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, so The Awakening by, there's 2 authors, but I know that one of them is Caroline Peckham. I loved this book so much. I know a lot of people hate it because they're like, oh, I don't know, the writing is good, it's giving fanfic from 2012 or whatever. I love books that read like fanfics. It makes me feel like I'm 14 again. I loved it. I really need to continue the series, but there's just so many books that I need to read. Now exams are coming up and my birthday, so life's been very hectic, and I've been reading short books here and there, but a lot of them, but I've been binge reading short books on Kindle Unlimited a lot recently, and those books are 700 pages, all these Zodiac Academy ones. So I hope I'll get to them later this month, but that'll be my TBR probably. But yeah, after that I probably read one of my favorite books of the month, and it was Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, if you have watched other of my videos, you know that I am a TJR girl. TJR girl, not TJR. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have read every single one of her McRevaverse books. I call it McRevaverse just because he's in every book. But I know I need to read all of her other books, but I just love her so much. All of her books I have given a 5 out of 5, I think. Yeah, because I did give 7 Husbands, Malibu Rising, Daisy, and then this one a 5 out of 5. They just hit different, and no one gives me the sense of escapism like Carrie Soto, like Taylor Jenkins Reid. Like in her books, I get a level of escapism that's like on another level, like so high up. I forget that I'm reading when I'm reading those books. After that, I read Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, the first book in the Magnolia Parks universe, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Once again, I mean, if you guys know me, you guys know that I give 5 out of 5s kind of, like, I'm not that much of a harsh rater, but this month was an amazing reading month. I adored, like, other than Kingdom of Ash, I adored all the books that I read. So yeah, Magnolia Parks was so good. I loved the drama. It made me want to start watching Gossip Girl, but I can't because I don't have Crave or HBO on Crave because it's a $20 a month subscription, and I already have a bunch. Anyway, but it just, because people have said like it gives vibes of Gossip Girl in the UK. I never watched Gossip Girl, but I loved this and I loved the drama, though I'm like, and like, I know that BJ and Magnolia are very toxic together, but it's just, they're so meant for each other, so, you know, it forgives it. After that, after that we have In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado, I don't know. I read this book for one of my classes, actually, my English class, and I was surprised because this one had been on my TBR, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna read a book that was on my TBR for class, and I loved the cover before, and this book was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. It's just like everything about this book was like just so good, gut-wrenching. Loved it. It's rare that I love an like English class book this much, but I just absolutely loved it. So, like, to my teacher, I give you a round of applause. It was just such a good book, and I wrote an essay on it, and I'm supposed to be getting my grade today or tomorrow, so let's hope I get a good grade. But like, the essay actually almost wrote itself with how much I enjoyed and like understood this book. So good. After that, I read a book that had been on my TBR for a bunch of months, and it had not been read before that because there was a whole shipping issue with this book, and that book is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This book was so good. I think it's my second hockey romance. Yeah, the first one that I read was it's like a Kindle Unlimited book. It was like Meet Me in the Rain or whatever. But this one was the second one, and oh my god. I mean, I've been in my hockey guy era, not hockey hero. I don't really watch hockey that much, but, you know, I'm Canadian, so hockey's a part of our culture, so, like, I don't watch it. But, like, you know, I know what's going on with the playoffs and whatever. But yeah, this book was such a good hockey romance. It makes me want to read as many hockey romances as I can, because it was just so good, and Nate is not your typical hockey guy, because I know hockey guys. My high school had a hockey program. I know hockey guys, you know, so he was not your typical hockey guy, because Nate was actually nice and not a douche. But anyway, this is so good. He treated her so right, and just every aspect of this book I loved, and it was just so good. I'm not great at giving full, like, because I never actually write reviews of books if it's not like an arc. So like, thinking of reviews off the top of my head, like while I'm filming, I'm just really bad at it. But I never end up like writing any before. I'm like, let's just wing it, which is, when I think about it, not the best idea, but it is what it is. After that, I read The Risk by St. Abbey, which is the first book in the Alana Meyer series. I'm just saying that name because I don't know if the name of the series would get me, not banned, but like, I don't know, I'd get like a warning or whatever, because I know there's a swear word in it. But you guys know the same name of the series with like Alana Meyers, and I'm just gonna give all the ratings right now for the series. The first one I gave a what did I give it? I give it a 4 out of 5. I love this series so much. The first one was really good, but not, well, no, I think I gave it a 3 point. Originally I had given it like a 3.5, and then I just changed it to a 4 after I read the series because it was just like, this is so good. But I literally texted my friend who's the same of the like Throne Glass series, and I was like, is this good? Is this series gonna get better? Because I'm entertained, but it's okay right now. And she's like, oh yeah, trust me, like, that's better. And it did, because the second book I rated a 4.5 out of 5, and I adored it. It was so good. I'm honestly just right now gonna give a general reading, like I'm gonna say my rating for every single book, but give my general opinions on the series, just because I can't remember what happens, and like I can't remember exactly what happens in like book 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So the second one, yeah, I gave a, I'm just gonna leave more space for like for me to put the images of the books here. And the second one I gave a 4.5 out of 5. The third, fourth, and fifth I gave a 5 out of 5. This series was so good. I binge read it so quickly. It was amazing. I read it on Kindle, so I didn't read it like on like I didn't read the bind up paperback, but it was just so good. I was reading them one after the other, and like I was reading like 2 a day. It was insane. And the fifth one, what happens? I was shook. After that, I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I was in a thriller mood for one day because I had watched Larry's reading 7 thriller books in 7 days, and I loved it. Like, I give it a 4 out of 5, I think. Yeah, I don't know, if you want to know my rating, just click here, I think, and you guys will have the link to my self-care day vlog video where I do talk about my opinions on those books. But yeah, I think I give it a 4 out of 5. I really liked the story. Well, yeah, I really liked the story in this one, and like I did not see it coming what happened, so it was very surprising. And now for The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This one I didn't see it coming, but like I wasn't as shocked with the plot twist, so it was good. But just this one, I think I gave The Housemaid a 4.5, and then Housemaid's Secret a 4 star. Yeah, because the other one, the story was better, but I didn't like the characters as much, and like the plot twist was not as good. And then after that, I finished Lilac by B.B. Reed, which is like a rock star romance. I had never read one before, and I loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. This book I had started back in September, and I finished it now because I was like, let's just finish it. It's been off my Kindle forever. And I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, but I couldn't remember all that was happening just because I read it with 8-9 months apart. I think it's 8 months apart, so like I read the first 40% back in September and then the rest now, but I really did still enjoy it. After that, I reread one of my favorite books, and It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I read this one in my reading 5 books in 5 days. Also gonna put it here. Read it also with like the Lana Meyer series, and I think that's it. Yeah. But yeah, I really, once again, I mean, you guys have my rating in my June wrap up last year, but I really enjoyed it. I loved it so much. It was a warm day outside, so and I was wearing shorts. Now it's back to being like 12-13 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And I want it to be warm again because I miss the sun. I miss being able to have a tan-ish face because I spent like 3 hours, 4 hours outside reading. After that, we have 2 books left. The first, the second to last book that I read is Curse of the Wolf King by Tanya Odette. I really enjoyed this book so much. It was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which is one of my favorite books ever, one of my favorite Disney movies ever, and it was just so good. I hadn't read like a fantasy like that in a while, and I loved it so much. I do want to read the rest of the Entangled with Fae series. It was so good. I want to get back into like my fantasy era, and there's so many good fantasy books that I want to read on Kindle Unlimited, and like the Carissa Broadbent ones. And now, last but definitely not least, we have King of Pride by Ana Huang. Now, if you know me, you know that if you've seen any other of my videos, you know that I'm a Ana Huang girly. I'm a Lauren Asher girly as well. If you're watching this, Lauren and Anna, I love you guys. Love you guys so much. But yeah, I read King of Pride by Ana Huang. I gave it a 5 stars. I loved it so much. I think I read it in like 1 day or 2 days. I think it was 1. I read it in 1 day, the day it released, and I could not stop reading it. It was just so good. I loved it so much. I loved Kai and Isabella. Their story was amazing, and I never read a book that was like not like enemies to lovers or like not Grumpy Sunshine, but like opposites attract kind of, and that was kind of that book. And it was so good, and I cannot wait for the other Kings of Sin book. So yeah, those were the 19 books that I read this month. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing, liking this video, commenting down below what you read this month, or what you want to read the next in May. If you do want to see more of my content, go follow my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, or Spotify. That is in my link tree in my bio. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. So yeah, bye!